world's oldest mountain ranges. Remember, they have captured public outrage over the Supreme Court's November 20th ruling, in which the court basically said and adopted the Environment Ministry's criteria that only hills rising 100 meters or above within 500 meters will be officially recognized as part of the Aravalli range. The court also, remember, had banned the grant of fresh mining leases to areas which are spanning Delhi, Haryana and also Rajasthan and Gujarat until the expert reports are completed. However, many environmentalists basically have warned that the new ruling could end up leaving nearly 60% of the ancient range open to mining. And we have a big breaking news coming in. Remember, viewers, the outrage, the war of words which is happening over the Aravalli hills. Environmentalists obviously are questioning the ruling, they're questioning the centre, and now activists have written to the CJI. They've sought a review of this particular rule, the 100-meter rule for hills. They say that rule has to be reviewed. It is needed to protect ridges and also water recharge areas. They also basically have written a letter to the president. So that's the latest which is coming in. Environmentalists weighing in, activists weighing in, requesting the CJI to revisit this particular verdict, and also viewers asking the president directly to intervene in the matter. Activists penning a letter to not just CJI but also the President Murmu. Harish is joining us live. He's going to bring us more details on the content of the letter. Harish, what does this letter say? We believe the activists are asking for a review of this particular verdict. What do activists demand? What are the reasons they are citing for the demand of a review of this judgment?
Yes, that's right. An environmentalist and Bombay High Court lawyer Hitendra Gandhi has sent a letter petition to Chief Justice of India Suryakant and also President seeking the November 20 judgment of the Supreme Court, which said that only a landscape above 100 meters shall be considered as Aravalli Hills, and after which environmentalists said that the Aravalli ranges, the 692-kilometer long range which cuts across through Gujarat, Rajasthan, Haryana and Delhi, 90% of the Aravalli ranges are below 100, and that is vulnerable to mining. The petition says vulnerable to mining, real estate, land grabbing, and will hasten desertification of the entire area, and ecologically it will be a recipe for disaster. And this petition says that sought the urgent attention by the Chief Justice of India and President Murmu, and saying that this particular judgment should be reviewed. It also says that the low ridges and water recharge areas be protected, and 100-meter rule risks excluding large ecologically integral parts that may not meet numerical height threshold but remain functionally critical. And this letter also goes on to say that this could strip protection from up to 90% of the range, unleashing a wave of mining, real estate grabs and irreversible ecological havoc, accelerating desertification, crippling groundwater recharge and dooming biodiversity in a region already gasping under pollution and water scarcity. So a very important letter comes at a time when protests are raging, but already the Minister Bhupendra Singh has said that the entire Aravalli Hills will be protected from mining. It's wrong to say that 90% of the Aravalli Hills will be lose protection after this particular judgment, and the government has said that the mining areas will be protected. But the environmentalists saying that there should be a review of this Supreme Court judgment, and they are protesting, and we'll have to wait and watch whether the Chief Justice Suryakant takes cognizance of this letter or not. We have to remember that the November 20 judgment delivered by the former Chief Justice B.R. Gavai had said that it has formed a committee. It has asked the Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change to constitute a committee to ensure that only sustainable mining happens, which means that there should be a balance between economic growth and environmental concerns. So we'll have to wait and watch whether the Chief Justice of India, Suryakant, takes cognizance of this letter written by the environmental activist and lawyer Hitendra Gandhi.
Exactly. We'll have to wait and watch if the CJI obviously takes note of this letter or not. But end of the day, a very important point, Harish, which you were highlighting, the reaction of the Environment Minister. So just as my colleague was telling us viewers, Bhupendra Yadav has reacted. He has said that it is wrong to say that the 60% to 70% of the hill range is going to be affected. Listen in to what the centre basically is claiming.
सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने अपने जजमेंट में दो बातें कही जो लोग छुपा रहे हैं। पहला, सबसे पहले पैराग्राफ जो है उसमें उन्होंने मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ एनवायरनमेंट फॉरेस्ट के ग्रीन अरावली वॉल मूवमेंट को अप्रिशिएट किया। दूसरा, उन्होंने कहा अरावली पहाड़ी और अरावली रेंज क्या होगी। तो दुनिया भर में जियोलॉजी की जो वैज्ञानिक जो जियोलॉजी में काम करते हैं, भूविज्ञान भू सर्वे विज्ञान में काम करते हैं, तो वहां एक स्टैंडर्ड डेफिनेशन रिचर्ड मार्फी की मानी जाती है कि जो 100 मीटर की ऊंची पहाड़ी होती है उसको पर्वत माना जाता है।
All right, Pragya, my colleague, is joining us live on the broadcast. Pragya, the central minister, union minister for environment, the government also basically rejecting the allegations of the activists and environmentalists, says that it is not correct, that 60% of the hill range is going to be left vulnerable. Centre pushing back against the mining charge which has been alleged level by the environmentalists and the opposition. Take us through the reaction, the defence which is coming from the side of the union minister, please.
Well, the centre has given a definition and also a definition of Aravallis, and in fact that was accepted by Supreme Court, and this is exactly what triggered all these protests from environmentalists, because the centre says that anything above 100 meter could be considered as a Aravalli range, but the centre is saying that there is 90% of this Aravalli that is protected, and in fact the Supreme Court has hailed the initiative by Union Environment Ministry by making it very green. That has also not been taken into cognizance. The part that comes under the legal mining area of Aravalli is just 0.19%, which is even lesser than 1%. The problem centre also acknowledges is of illegal mining. So the problem when it comes to illegal mining, there is also a review that is before the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court is yet to review the particular stance and also the incident. But having said that, illegal mining is also a law and order issue, and it is also a thing that needs to be taken into consideration when strict rules are being implemented in the Aravalli region. And in fact, Union Cabinet Minister for Environment, Mr. Bhupendra Yadav, said that there is stricter measures and stricter rules as far as illegal mining is considered, and these will be implemented very soon to see whether there is no illegal mining in and around Aravalli that ranges from across 3 states, including Rajasthan, also not just in Haryana.
Right, so, and you rightly said they stretch over 700 kilometers across northwest India, which is why it is so significant. Pragya, thank you for joining us with all these details. Viewers, let's take Pragya's thought forward. She was talking about the significance of these hills. As we told you, stretching 700 kilometers across northwest India. It's a barrier against sand from Thar Desert. It's crucial for replenishing groundwater. It helps in biodiversity. It also supports ecological balance, supports a variety of flora and fauna, home to ancient settlements and heritage sites as well, which is why these hills are so very significant, and which is why the war of words also is so very fierce. We're going to keep an eye on this big story. As of now, we're stepping into a short commercial break.